my 2021 LT5 powered 1200 horsepower capable Ultima RS. And it's for sale now on eBay Motors in the link below. Come with me, I'm gonna show you some options, talk about the car, and then we're gonna go for a ride along. So let's get to it. All right, so starting with the front, we've got the Ultima RS bespoke headlights. They're all carbon fiber in there. There's a driving light, high beams, normal beams, and then this right here is the driving light LED, which does a little show when you turn the car on, and it also serves as the turn signal. We've got the carbon fiber splitter, which is an option, the carbon fiber dive planes. Then also sticking with the front, one of the changes I made from when I first built the car are the upgraded radiator fans. Living in a hot climate, and it's also known with kit cars that they like to overheat. And when I would sit at a stoplight before, it would get a little higher of a temperature than I'd like, and I'd have to shut the car off. So I changed to those monster SPAL fans, and now the ECU kicks on the fans at 207 degrees, and then it just drops immediately to about 196 to 194, and then it turns off, and then it just climbs to wherever it's going to climb. If you're driving on the highway, the temp just sits at 197. These LT and LS engines like to run a little warm, but that's a perfect temperature for these. And like I said, ECU will kick on and bring it back down to a temperature, no problem. So moving on, we've got the carbon fiber wheel vents. These help reduce front end lift by evacuating air from here. And we've got BC Forged KL11 wheels. These are 19 by 10 up front, wrapped in a Toyo Proxy R888R 265/30/19. Moving down, we've got the side skirt vent right there, and then we've also got the side skirts in carbon fiber with integrated vortex generator. It's got the carbon fiber side scoops. You can also see the air intake right there. That's another change I've made since I built the car. Then moving back here, like I said, we've got the 19 by 12 Toyo Proxy 325/30/19 tires back here. Front and rear, we've got the Ultima Edition AP Racing 6-piston calipers all around. This is the big brake upgraded kit for this car. On the rear, we've got carbon wheel vents, just like the front. Moving back here, got the optional carbon wing end plates, carbon fiber wing. These are upgraded Ultima RS wing mounts. The first ones were known to be a little bit weak, so Ultima sent out replacements to all owners of the RS, and these things are absolute monsters. They're all billet aluminum, they're lightweight, but if this thing was bolted to the actual frame, you could probably lift the entire car by this. They're extremely strong. So coming back here, we've got the bespoke Ultima taillights. It actually says Ultima RS right there, and they also do a little startup sequence, and they double as brake lights and then just running lights. We've got straight pipe exhaust, of course, because we're in Florida. We've got a rear view camera right here that goes to a rear view screen in the car. And then next, let me open up the rear hatch and I'll show you the engine, transmission, and intake. All right, we've got the rear clam popped so you can see the heart and soul of this car, which is the Chevy LT5 crate engine. This engine is the most powerful engine that was ever put into a production car with Chevrolet. It's 6.2 liters. It has an Eaton 2650 supercharger on there, and it's mated to a Porsche G9750 transaxle, which is a 6-speed H pattern that comes from a 997 911 turbo. It can handle plenty of power, no problem ever. The clutch is an RPS triple carbon clutch, which is absolutely bulletproof. It can handle over 1,000 pound-feet of torque. We've got the Ultima exhaust wrapped, a lot of heat mitigation under here. I've got a wideband O2 sensor, and everything is hooked up so that the end user can tune this car. I'm going to sell the laptop that I've used to tune this car. with it, so that if anyone's at a different altitude or density, they'll have no problem. So I'll talk about what's done to the engine. It's got a 2.7 Grip Tech supercharger pulley on it, and when I first built this car, there is a throttle body relocation up front because this car sits so close to the firewall that there needs to be a throttle body relocation, and it was a 3D printed plastic piece. So what I did was, it's actually back here. There was a 3D printed piece that goes back there. Here's the actual throttle body right now. On the stock engine, it's mounted to the front. So I found that it couldn't flow enough air for greater than 750 wheel horsepower. So what I did was, I went and bought a welder, learned how to weld aluminum, and I made this whole 3D printed intake that I'll show pictures of on the screen now. And then it's mated to a 4.5-inch intake pipe that then goes down to a 12-inch, 4.5-inch green filter, so I can get all the air. Now it holds 18 PSI all the way to redline. I'll show you some graphs that show the before and after, where it made 750 wheel horsepower and it couldn't make any more than 12 pounds of boost in the upper RPMs. Now it holds 18 all the way to redline. You also probably saw right there, there's an Aeromotive triple pump 450 Walbros. This thing has enough fuel for 1,350 horsepower with E85 on a supercharged engine, and like 3,000 horsepower on a carbureted, naturally aspirated engine. But anyways, I built this car to always have a lot of headroom. This engine is not even near taxed. 18 PSI, this thing's probably making a little over 900 to the tires. A lot of people saw a video where this car may have been involved in a slight race with a Tesla Plaid, and that was when it had 750 wheel horsepower. It's much more than that now, and that's when it was only making 12 pounds of boost in the upper RPMs. Again, like I said, it's making 18 now. Underneath the clam, we've got all kinds of heat mitigation, and then you can see like there's a speed sensor down there. We've got a Motion Raceworks catch can. Then we've got 900-pound springs in the rear with the adjustable shocks down there. 700-pound springs up front, and then that's pretty much it for the engine. It's a complete monster. I'll show you underneath the front. I can show you the radiator fans, and then we'll go for a ride along. All right, so you can see the front suspension. We've got Eibach 700 spring rate springs right there. Got the steering rack. Everything's super clean under here. We've got the new radiator fans. We've got an anti-gravity battery down there. Then we've also got the front lift kit, which I'll show you. All right, come check out the interior. All right, so we've got the Recaro podium seat in all carbon fiber. You'll notice that there are mismatched seats because these are extremely hard to get, and I could only get one of them. So the buyer will have an option. They could either roll with it like this. They'll have three options. One, roll with it like this. Option two, sell this for a couple $1,000s, buy another tillet seat, or sell the tillet seat, get another Recaro podium, and get it upholstered. I think it looks pretty awesome like this. Great seat. Tillet's a little bit lighter, but I think this is the lightest FIA approved seat. I don't know what you'll need FIA approval for, but I guess it's just nice to have, and it's a lot more robust, more quality than the Tillet. But if you want to go absolute lightweight, you go with the Tillet. So we've got the OMP Super Quadro steering wheel, got the AIM digital dash, all the turn signal and headlight, horn, hazard lights, that's all on the steering wheel. It's got an OMP quick release right there, so it'll come right off. We've got a tablet mounted right there with Waze going, and it's got the Alcantara dash. And then it's also got the lift kit, which I'll show, and we'll do that at the end, but for right now, let's take it for a ride. All right, let's start it up. Key is over here. Turn it to the on position. Hit the start button, starts every time. Close the door, turn the AC on, which is down here. well. I'll show you a little startup sequence after this, and that'll conclude the drive. All right, I'm just gonna do a little walk around here. This thing is a beast. Got the fans going. A lot of heat extraction. And then here's the shutdown sequence of the lights. Now they're blinking in the video, but they don't blink in person. It's due to the refresh rate of the video and the refresh rate of LEDs. But as you look at them in person, they're solid white right now. Check this out. And in person, it sort of just like fades away and walks the light that way. Looks a little weird on video, but in person it's really, really cool. So that's it. That's the 2021 Ultima RS LT5. Awesome, awesome car. I hope whoever wins it enjoys it, and I'll be there for any support they need or any questions they ever may have. If you want to see the rest of the videos and how this car was built, you can check out the other videos on the channel. Thank you.